Hello, how's it going?
Hello, everybody.
It's Tuesday, it's us.
Yay!
It always feels like it's been ages since we were on again. On last. Today we have something special for you. It is you can't see my hands. I'm leaning the wrong way. Laguna Iquitos, which you see in the quick play box.
Laguna Iquitos. That's where we're going. Hello. Right. So let's have a look. Who we've got? We've got Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Darth Badger. We've got Scooby Hayes in the place. And Maxilimo Chavez. Hello. And we've got Hardtech 1990 from
name.
Germany. And, of course, Big Timer J is here.
He's on time because it's us streaming.
Oh, I see.
He knows, but it's not us.
We've got Zeal2 UK and we've got Sebastian as well. And Brian. Hi, Brian. Welcome to the stream. Right.
Should we talk a little bit about the lake?
So, yeah, there's been a bit of teasing going on recently, isn't it?
I've had so much fun with that.
A little bit of teasing going on. I think quite a few people pegged the peacock bass as one of the fish species coming. And obviously then the giant wolffish. So let's see. Should we see if we can catch any?
Yeah.
Let's not go rainy. Come on.
No.
I know it's part of the rainforest, but...
Am I dressed correctly for...
No, let's not go rainy.
Oh, no, wrong one.
So I hope you all enjoyed the getting the hold of the Halloween items. So today, you've got until...
So today is the end date of it. We'll be switching it off probably overnight. So last chance to get these fantastic rewards.
Last chance to get these items. So all you need to do is you need to make sure you're logged into Dovetail Live and load into a lake with the nighttime setting. So load into a night session and then catch 10 fish and you'll unlock both of those items. Yes, there we go. So when is the lake date being announced, Stephen?
So we can reveal on stream, exclusive. Thursday, Xbox and PlayStation 4. Well, all platforms will be getting it Thursday. Xbox will be midnight, Wednesday into Thursday. 4 p.m. GMT will be PS4 America. And PS4 Europe will start rolling out from about 1 p.m. GMT.
Okay.
So by Friday, you will also have the lake and be able to get it.
Cool.
Who's excited for it? Because I am.
Yes. Absolutely beautiful location and some stunning fish in there. Caroline's saying that she hasn't received her bottle opener, Stephen. I saw that envelope on your desk with the address written on it.
I've started getting them all into envelopes to send out. There's a lot of them to send out, so I'm just getting through them. And it's a busy time at the moment because we've got the new lake going, but I will get it done this week, I promise. So should we start on the lake?
Yeah.
So you've all seen the kayak is coming with the new lake.
You got the rain on.
Oh, I've still got the rain on. I thought I changed that. Go light cloud.
So yes, included with this lake is the first kayak to appear in Fishing Sim World. So yes, we've got the Haichu Explorer, and you can see on the map on the right of the screen here at the moment, there are a few areas that are sort of in a lighter blue colour. Now this is because if you're driving a boat, which you can drive boats on this lake as well, but there's a few areas of this lake that you can't get to if you're driving a boat. You need the kayak with the shallower depth and the narrower width to be able to access these areas. So yes, what are we going to go with? You going to go in with the kayak today?
Start with the kayak. Okay. Get the bass boat out a bit later.
Has it been announced how much it will be, Stephen?
It's £8.99 and then €10.99 and dollars.
I see. There we go.
You okay, Des?
Yeah.
That's weird.
What have you done there, Stephen?
I have broken things. I may have had it selected with the mouse, but not.
Ah, I see.
Let's try that again. Oh, there's a loan screen. That's more like it.
That was a lot quicker.
So
Right.
we show kind of. We'll show you some of the channels you get that can only be accessed via Kayak.
Yes, indeed. So we've got a few more people on the comments here. Got Jason watching on YouTube. We've got UGN Turtles, and we got Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. Good to have you back. I saw that you won the match series on Xbox Mo. So congratulations there. Yeah, obviously yesterday was the end of the October season, wasn't it, Stephen? And it was quite exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
A few changes of position towards the end.
Yeah, we had a new winner on Steam.
And we have a new winner on Steam. Undead Frog has been knocked off his perch by Facade David.
Yes. Very well done.
So well done, Facade David. Hey, and we got Toka Kato, who is on the stream, who bossed it again on PlayStation 4 and was the Angler of the Month, and also won the Big Bass Tour and the Match Series. And then we got Smokymon G, who won the Carp, and Dark Nick 2019, who won the Predator. Smokymon G, he joins us on the stream, doesn't he? I see him. He's definitely chats on the community groups.
So here's one of the kind of narrower bits of the lake. You can clearly see you can't get bass boat through there, so can only be accessed with the kayak.
Just to clarify, Stephen did say $8.99, not $89.99. That would be crazy.
I'm just really proud of this lake.
So in this, so then just to sort of, follow up, we had on Xbox, we had Bobsin 3 win Angler of the Month. We had Philly Bass won the Big Bass Tour, which he's obviously always up for the battle for, and challenging all comers on that front. But yeah, Bobsin 3 won the Carp and the Predator, and must have placed pretty highly in the others to take the top spot, which is good. And we've set up the events for this month, haven't we, Stephen?
Yes.
And
what variations do we have this week? Manor Farm, we don't have variations this week. Next week, Manor Farm will be perch, roach, rod, tench, bream. And on Lake Miller, it's only going to be trout and salmon.
oh, a trout and salmon special. And is that part of the Predator?
Yes.
That's part of the Predator event. Okay. So yeah, and in the Bass Tour this season, the Big Bass Tour this season, we're going to be visiting a few of the lesser visited lakes, maybe of the DLC lakes.
So we will have Largo being in the Bass, I believe, for the first time. So
yeah, there
when
are
that comes on, let us know how you find it.
Yeah, so there are largemouth bass in Lago del Monde. So that is making its first appearance on the Big Bass Tour. And yeah, there's going to be it's going to be difficult for anybody to be catching potentially some of the boss fish on those named bass on those lakes that have been selected this month, because
Oh no, Aaron's been here.
we haven't necessarily revealed any locations for those. So if you do have any inside knowledge and know the locations of any of those named bass, you might have a bit more information than others out there, and it could hold well for you.
I bet Phil's got it in his notebooks.
Yeah, he might have. But yeah, remember if you don't own the lake and it's a DLC lake that appears in the DFL, then you get one entry for one hour attempt. Obviously, if you do own the lake, you get the normal 3 attempts.
We've got Tournament Bass Pack featuring as well. So Seminoles this week, I think it was, and Jordan is week 3, I believe. So yeah, trying to mix it up. So let us know what you're thinking of the tournaments we've been doing. If you're enjoying them, if you hate them, if you're somewhere in between. If you got any suggestions for rules to do.
So we got Fishing with Elijah has joined us. Hi, Elijah. Ooh, who has won the most Angler of the Months? Undead Frog, quite possibly, is probably up there with Toka Kato. Probably coming in a second, I'd have thought.
What am I actually using?
So Caroline's asked, what's the biggest fish on the new lake? Well, this lake does have arapaima in, so the predatory freshwater fishing does not really get much bigger than the arapaima. So those are the biggest ones in this lake. There is also some pretty big red-tailed catfish. And, we've got a fish on. And obviously the peacock bass grow a lot bigger than the regular bass, the black bass, the largemouth, smallmouth and spotted that we got in the game. And they also fight quite hard as well. They're a 7-pound peacock bass will fight harder than a 7-pound largemouth, for example. So yeah, and they look stunning. I think it's probably my new favourite fish, just because of how good they look. Seeing them in and out of the water. Obviously we got my character artist who's responsible for making the fish. Oh, Stephen, let us down there. It was taken. I wonder whether that was an arapaima. What have you got on a spoon?
Yeah.
But yeah, my character artist who makes the fish, each time, the fish have always looked great, but they just keep getting better and better. So yeah, it's put lots more detail in there and getting, Effectively, I don't know if hopefully you'll catch one and we might be able to see it, but you can kind of get this, sometimes when, with a fish is thin, it looks, it's really sort of, they actually go really thin themselves, and you sort of get a certain amount of light coming through them, and he's sort of managed to be able to replicate that in game now as well. So there's a lot. The visuals for the fish just keep getting better and better. Right. Let me have a look at something. Can I do that? I need my other up. Okay.
We've got a wolffish.
So I've got a question here. Can you fish from the bank? So yes, there are a few places in this lake where you can fish from the bank. So that means yes, you will be able to fish with 3 rods at a time. Oh. It's got a wolffish on, has he?
He looks like it.
So who's seen River Monsters, where he goes out and tries to catch the giant wolffish? I'm sure you guys have. I'm sure quite a few of you have seen that. Do we think Stephen can land this fish? Or is he going to lose another one? What pound line are you using today, Stephen?
50.
Oh, he's going safe with a 50. Yay, look at that. There we go.
So you can kind of see it there, especially on the tail.
Around the edge of the tail, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, 14-pound wolffish to start us. Well, first catch. We don't know what that was. It snapped off.
So the arapaima in this lake are wild arapaima, as opposed to in the Gillam's Lake they are sort of stock arapaima that have been fed up to be massive. So the biggest arapaima is in Gillam's. They go up to possibly 460, maybe 470, I think, in this lake.
Another wolfie.
Okay. Someone's reporting an issue with the AFCO clothing. Have you had that? Have you heard that before, Stephen?
No.
Oh, I like this pattern on this one. Don't lose this one.
If you're having issues unlocking the AFCO stuff, just send us a ticket on Kayako or message us on Facebook. And I'll have a look. Yeah, we got one. Pretty.
Yeah. A nice fish.
I love the mask.
So yeah, as you would have seen, there will be mastery challenges available for you when you as soon as this lake comes out. Have you passed any of those challenges yet, Stephen?
Not sure. I can't remember what they are.
Or have you?
Let's get the mastery challenges up.
But now I can't see the comments people are making.
I'm just checking it quickly. Mr. Dimitri.
Oh, I can't do it while you're clicking that, can I? So yes, this lake will have has its own set of mastery items that are. I think. In fact, you'll have seen the guy wearing some of the items on the.
I've completed one of the challenges for catching 3 wolffish.
On the loading screen. So that's just one of the challenges, not one of the tiers. So you've still got a few to go in
heavy
that.
rain.
Still got to go in that, right? Okay.
Back to the game. So, you'll probably have seen the mastery awards for.
On the character.
Yes.
On the character on that screen.
In the key art, and it was in the trailer.
That's right.
So we went with some more camo clothing to kind of fit the environment of Laguna. So you get camo cargo pants, a camo shirt, and we've got
a Waft bucket hat.
Yes.
From our friends at Waft. They are, nice hats actually. I've got one myself, and it's reversible. But
that I didn't know.
They're not reversible in the game. You can't take it off, put it back on the other way. But in real life, if you go out there, get yourself a nice Waft bucket hat when you're on the bank or on your boat, you can 2 colours to choose from. It's very good. Right. Would a wolffish take a dead bait? I believe it will take a dead bait. Yes. It will take a dead bait, and they also are quite partial to top water as well. They'll take a number of different lures, but the wolf, for those of you who've watched River Monsters or other programs with that featured the wolffish, they're very they're predators that really prey on things that have fallen into the water. So, for example, where you got like a family of monkeys that are jumping over a little stream, and like the little baby one falls in, that's exactly what a thing like a giant wolffish is waiting for. Anything that falls in, lizards, like birds coming down or whatever, they love hitting those things that hit the surface, which is why the top waters can be particularly effective for them. Yeah. So Big Timer Jay's asking me any news when the collision issue would be sorted, and Craigie Boy's asking about drifting baits. Baits are not staying still once casted when fishing on the bottom.
Which lake's that on?
So let me just answer those in sequence. So Big Time, we haven't been able to replicate that collision issue and find a concrete repro for it. So that is something I'm going to need to try and work out. Craig, on the drifting baits, is there a specific lake you're talking about there? Perhaps in a little bit we can go to one of the pegs and try chucking out some static baits. Toka Kato is suggesting that in honour of his brilliance on the PlayStation 4 DFL, that we put a statue of him on one of the islands on Boulder.
That'd be cool. I like the idea of that. Make a Mount Rushmore type thing of DFL.
Yeah, we do like the idea of the Hall of Fame. So you're being... It's taken you... How far? He's taken you some line out, hasn't
he? Yeah.
You got something big on here. Now, right, here's the trick. Watch for when the tension gets lower and then pump up the drag and get pumping it. Okay, you want to stop that fish going out too far. Right, Mo, what have I missed from Mo? So are you talking about online, Mo, or are you talking about the DFL?
What was the issue?
It was talking about Predator event. Can I? No. Can I just... Okay. Can you carry on? Because
not at the moment.
I only rolled it. I didn't click it. How do we get to the... Right.
I think actually, is that who's catching less in Predator? Because I feel like I'll change to the recatching will have had a knock on to that. She'll actually need to move.
No, it shouldn't. That just shouldn't be. You can't catch the same fish twice in the session. That won't affect. I think what you might be referring to is so when you're in the online competitions, obviously there's sort of two parts of it. You catch a fish, it then sends a message to the server, and then that's then received, and then the server then sends a message back with your new total. Now, sometimes if your internet connection has not stayed stable, and potentially a packet has been dropped, sometimes it might display a 0 for you on your current total, but on the server it might have still added it on. So we need to sort of look into that case by case and check that the server is counting all of the fish that you do catch, because I believe it's a sort of a UI updating problem, displaying the result in game rather than the server, which is obviously tracking them, actually storing all the catches. Because if the game fails to send it, it should try again and then still sort of send the same piece of information again. So
his catch rate's slowing down.
So fishing in the margins wouldn't make any difference to the...
That was relating to the baits moving.
Oh.
Again, it depends what lake it's on. Something like Largo, the margins are very steep, which is why they'd move.
Yeah, and that was a pure sort of physics issue where they would literally roll down the bank, but we stopped that ages ago. That was in Euro fishing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but if it's like that, it's not going to. Which parts of Largo are like that?
Yeah. Did he mention what lake?
Yeah.
So Caroline's asking if I got to go to Peru. I didn't. I was very disappointed. I didn't get to go to Peru. I'd have loved to go to Peru. I did, whilst I was having a weekend break in Madrid. I did actually go for my first Peruvian meal, which was lovely, and I would definitely recommend it. What I didn't really realise was the amount of Japanese influence actually in Peru. He's got an Arapaima on here, hasn't he? It had to be for the way it was fighting you like that, but
Here you go.
But yeah, so lots of there's sort of Peruvian meal. A lot of it has sushi sort of influences, but then a lot of ceviche stuff. So different fish is cured in lime juice and lemon juice, just served up with these amazing sauces. It was one of the nicest meals I've had for a long time. So I definitely recommend going for a Peruvian meal if you get that chance. Richard Jones says he saw a fishing show with Robson Green some time ago, and the wolffish are absolutely nuts. Yeah, so slightly related, but I once served Robson Green in a retail outlet in my younger days before I got into the games industry, and I sold him a bottle of champagne. Random Des fact. There you go. I think it was during the time when he was filming Soldier Soldier. Yes, but there we go.
Yeah, we got it.
So this drift thing you're talking about, yay! There we go. Well done, Stephen. Good catch. Right, 284 pounds. So yes, you can catch the. Yes, like someone's just asking, are we fishing off the kayak? Yes, we are. Now, you can imagine trying to get that Arapaima onto your kayak would be a bit of a problem. And also, there is for those of you that had seen me speak about fishing for Arapaima at Gillam's, or those that have got the giant carp pack and have fished for Arapaima at Gillam's yourself. The thing with those with the Arapaima is they actually have a lung inside them. So if you actually lifted them up out of the water, you could potentially rupture the lung and basically the insides of the fish, and you could kill the fish. So obviously we take fish care very seriously here at Dovetail, as do our friends at Gillam's. So this is why you get in the water and you hold the fish in the water, and it's not a catch shot like you would see with other fish. So there you go. Right, so yeah, with this drifting thing that you guys are saying about, are you saying that this is newly introduced, or is this saying something you seen in a little while, that you have seen for a short while? So just any more information you got on that? Darth Badger saying he said he knew alcohol would have come up in a random Des fact. It was a great student job working in an off licence, getting discount on booze, and
Parties at yours every week.
It was pretty good. I had to go on wine tasting courses. I got paid to go on wine tasting courses and learn about wine. It was Oh look, Spankus says, "Wow, Des is older than he looks." Then, thank you. It's very kind. Oh, proper old.
Should we go to the shore?
Yes, let's test out. Now this... So this is a...
Three.
Yeah, let's go down there somewhere. So this is... this is based on an Oxbow lake. So what we did when we created this venue is we used mapping data, and we found an Oxbow lake very close to Iquitos, the town of Iquitos, which the lake is named after, and we've bought this world data for the Oxbow lake that exists there. So for those of you who didn't do geography or forgotten all your geography, Oxbow lakes are basically created by the flow and the movement of rivers over hundreds and hundreds of years. So in the distant past, this lake would have been part of the main Amazon River flow, but now is separated. So there you go. Oh, Scooby Hayes has remembered my American age. God damn it. So yes, Oxbow Lake on the Amazon. Are there different species of peacock? So in the real world, there's a number of different sort of subcategories of peacock bass. In the game at the moment, we've just got one peacock bass. So it has when we create a fish, we have these things called blend shapes, which means that tail size, belly size, different parts of the fish can, from one fish to the other, can be different sizes and different shapes. Now, with the male peacock bass, they get this sort of big lump off the top of their head. So sometimes when you catch a fish, you will see that some of them look different and are sort of different shapes and have different sort of large growths on them. And my character artist spends a lot of time playing with those. What's this gold things on the screen, Des? So those be fireflies, Scooby. Right, so Tank's asking, why are fish not being added to the DFL score? Now, what I'm hoping is that they are being added to the score. They're just not being updated on the interface in the game when you see them, Tank. But what I will need to do is to try and match up the record of what someone's saying they're recording to what the server's recording. We can sort of double check and make sure that everything is being recorded on the server end. So is the drifting happening with all baits, or is it certain types? I don't remember this coming up on the previous stream.
No. I don't think I've seen it anywhere either.
Apple and blackcurrant, don't worry. So Ghostly's subset is asking, have we buffed the catfish by any chance? What makes you say that? Just curious as to why you'd think. What differences are you seeing with the catfish, Ghostly? Caroline saying has noticed that when you catch salmon in Lake Miller, the level bar doesn't go up. That has been fixed. So, but
I thought that went in with full moon.
Yeah, we have fixed that internally, Caroline. Steve, we'll have to double check whether it made this update that came out last week. I'm assuming because you're saying that you're not seeing it, so that may well be in the lined up for the next one. So we've got lots and lots of stuff in the works as well. So including, I'm trying to sort that screen out that Stephen was just in there. What I want to put in there, because we as our list of lures has grown and our list of baits has grown, it's become a little bit long. So what I want to put into that screen is a filter system. So you will be able to, rather than have to scroll through a list of all 100, 120, 130 plus bait lures that are in the game, you'll be able to filter it by top waters or soft plastics or diving crankbaits or lipless crankbaits, example. So yes, that's something we will be looking to do, along with a number of other things. So he's saying they don't pull as much as they used to. So there was something that went in Ghostlier, which was about so the fish have a number of different attributes when you're fighting them. One of which is the resistance, so that is like how much they try and keep a distance from you, and then the other one is the energy that they have. Now we did make some tweaks to this to try and reduce the chances of a large catfish taking you out to over the 225 yards. And obviously, and then what happens at that point is you run out of line on your reel. So it might just be a sort of side effect of that you're noticing, Ghostlier. No Dice has said that he's got the rattletrap gizzard on a third of his rods. I don't fish with it. What has happened? So that's a default one. So if you change something to a different setup, it just goes back to the default one, I believe. Craigie Boy is asking for a link to the angler's log in the pause menu. I would also like that. It is on my list. What is that? Go and get it.
It's an arapaima.
Get it.
It's mine. Give me.
So they do this. They do because they have to come. The arapaima actually have to come up to the surface for air. Because, like I said, they actually they physically have a lung. They're not like other fish that breathe through the water and gills as such. So they physically come up to the air. So that's when you're out stalking for arapaima. That's what you would do. You would be looking around for them breaching, and then you would go and sort of target them. Big Timer says, did you see his Seminole clip on Twitter?
Yes. I have no idea what was happening there. I need to show Des. What is the best way to send you videos, Stephen? Because I know when people send them in on Twitter, it's kind of quite difficult sometimes because you often can't just copy that link and then send it to me and I can send it to a programmer to have a look at. It doesn't give you a download option on Twitter, does it? No, either as a YouTube link, I guess, or as the raw file on Facebook or Kayako.
Can you? And is there a limit to what you can attach to Facebook and Kayako in terms of file sizes?
I imagine Kayako would be just whatever your email provider. Facebook, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never really used Facebook for file transfer.
No. I think it's gone now.
Core Puppet is asking me how big the arapaima are here. I haven't got access to the document on my phone here. I was trying to find it. I think they're up about 450 maybe, 460.
Ouch.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, maybe it's me OneDrive folder. No.
I think I've got.
I think Scooby's asking if I saw him ice fishing last week. I think I did see that. It's a bit weird that, because it was very different to when we had that area of...
Oh, there he is.
Oh, hello.
Hello, friend. Go on.
Oh. So what lure you got on there, Stephen?
The spoon.
Still on the spoon?
Yeah. The tremor shad wasn't doing things, so I went with the spoon.
So yeah, when we had that, it was weird. We had that issue on Lake Miller where the sort of water texture wasn't showing properly, didn't we? And that was guaranteed every time you went to that section of the lake.
Yeah.
But what Scooby Hayes had was a regular area that's, you could go back to it and it looked fine. And then on that one time of going there, it was completely white, wasn't it?
If you were to go to the map and go back to that place, it would be normal.
Right.
Was
it just a one-off? Like, how many times did you see it, Scooby? Just out of interest.
Well, between me and Gregor, we've seen it like 3 times, and you can imagine how many times we've had to load in to...
In that exact same spot?
No.
In different places? Weird.
Something with the tile loading in, maybe. It's a very small percentage chance of it happening.
Oh, we never had these problems when we just had little small lakes, did we? Yeah. So Daytona's asking how many trophy fish here. I believe there is 25. Yes, 25. Right. 25 named trophy fish in here. And yeah, you can definitely dead bait this. Have you chucked a dead bait out, one of yours?
That's what the other 2 are.
That's what the other 2 are.
What was I doing? Shit.
So this lake does have some actually have some quite deep sections in it. Do you know the Amazon some parts of the Amazon go over 200 foot deep, which
you wouldn't want to fall in there.
Which is pretty big for a river, isn't it? I know it's a big river, but
that's the one. What was I looking at? Arapon. If it loads.
Come on, pump him. Force him in.
There is actually oh no, it's not this part. Further up this bit there is a boss fish that I could try and catch.
Ooh.
I think it's a peacock bass. Did you know it? Yeah.
That would be nice. Little boss. Oh, fat peacock bass.
That's not what I was looking for.
Which peg did you choose?
And the furthest along. One's got all the little huts near it.
On the furthest up north out of those 3?
Yeah. Oh, why you like this? That's not fun. I don't know if you want to try and find Peru on there.
So, FA is asking, is this a DLC? Yes, this is a DLC, and Stephen has just announced earlier in the stream that this lake will be coming out for sale on Thursday this week. We've got a little trailer. We played it at the start of the stream. We'll play it again.
We'll catch this one.
We'll catch this one. We can play you the trailer then. Trying to access massive spreadsheets on...
Usually it separates it by tabs.
Where's the tabs option?
I don't know. I don't know if they've updated it or what, but...
Yeah, it's not happy. So yes, this is Laguna Iquitos, our first trip to South America. Yes, our first trip.
Don't know if people remember it, but when
the 4th continent for Fishing Sim World.
Yeah, damn. a lot. Yeah, when I said a few weeks back that Des was upset about not getting a research trip, it was this one. Yay!
He was trying to do a runner then. I thought he was.
That's a hefty one.
I thought he was going to. He's going to go swimming on the bank.
Smaller than the last one.
Nice. Right. So the cost, as Stephen said earlier, is £8.99 in pounds,
Yes.
€10.99 euros or dollars.
Yes.
There we go. I remembered.
Should we show this trailer?
Right. Let's go with the trailer. It's got some music, visuals, all that good stuff that trailers should have.
So,
There we go.
There it
There's
is.
the trailer. Lovely. So as you know, like I was saying earlier about the fish where we put the peacock bass in. They each time we do a new fish, they get better and better. The artists learn more about how to make them look realistic, how to animate them. How to get that fishy looking texture right. And same happens with the lakes. The more as we make more lakes, the art team get better and better at doing it. And this is like I think probably the best looking lake so far. They just keep getting better. This lake is big. So someone's asking, can you show the map how big it is?
so is it 1,000?
It's
1,200?
It's over 1,500 acres, I think, in total water coverage. That big block across the top there is huge. There's lots and lots of areas to explore.
We've got a nice little racetrack down leading to the bit where we are.
Yeah, there's some cool little windy bits. Good for hunting out. So this is hi David, just joined us from work. Welcome.
I'm in trouble.
You do. Is he? Oh, he's just got home from work. He's not tuning in at work. It's all right. That's lucky. So this is coming out on Thursday on all platforms. So various times throughout the day as they propagate around the world and whatnot. So Luke is asking any news on the multiplayer issues being fixed. So the update that came out last Tuesday included in it a few optimizations and improvements for the multiplayer. It got a peacock bass. This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Of the stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on, get him out from under those lilies. So these lily pads, in real life, they can grow absolutely massive. We've had pictures of those when we were doing the research for this. There's a whole family lying down in the middle of one of those lily pads. They're ridiculously big and strong as well. Look at that guy. Awesome. You do get like greener colours in them, red colours in them. No, it's not my underwear on the washing line, Daft Badger. I was saying about the multiplayer issues. Now, what I'd love to hear from you guys is have any of you been playing multiplayer since the update came out last Tuesday? How have you got on with it? And let us know any feedback. Now, one thing we did have to do, so when you're on a boat, there's that bit of roll that you get. We have had to tone that down when you're playing multiplayer because it was there was basically some issues and it was the client was getting out of sync from the host and it was causing some problems. But yeah, so let us know how you've got on, and it'd be great to hear your feedback. Enzo's, are you asking if I'm French, Enzo? I'm not really sure. It says des français. So
I was going to say, have you been to any research trips in France? But you have.
I have been to research trips in France. Indeed.
You got to go and photograph
Gigantica and the Road Lake, yeah.
It's not bad being producer.
Did we see what this one is? Was this another peacock?
I think so.
God, you've walked quite far away from your...
Yeah, just...
Oh,
Oh no, is it wolffish? Is it pacu? What are you?
maybe. Is this still that spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Greetings, Enzo. Good to have you along. So we've got quite a few French players in that play our game. Quite a few French players, quite a few German players. Lots of obviously. That's probably fairly equal spread really between France, Germany, UK, and then America. So we a lot of you will have seen recently that we did a survey and posted out on the social media channels and whatnot for you to send in your feedback for us. Hopefully I'll be able to bring some of the findings from that survey to you and give you some sort of insight into what you're all saying about the game and what you would like to see more of. So yes, so the catchable fish in the lake, we've got the peacock bass, we've got the giant wolffish, we've got the arapaima, we've got the red-tailed catfish, and we've got this little beauty. Come on, Stephen, get him in. Now I believe that this is where the biggest pacu in the game are. I think.
Got an itchy arm.
So the pacu is one of my biggest fish actually. I caught about a 12-pounder.
Their teeth freak me out.
Maybe I'll have to dig out that picture, Stephen. You can show it on the stream one time.
Yep. That is nightmare fuel.
Oh, thanks, Enzo. Good to see the love. Not sure if, like Scooby Hayes is suggesting, that I should do the stream in French.
I can't remember a lot of the French I learned at school.
Yeah, there we go. And their Phantom 58 is the fifth species in the lake, the black pacu.
We got all of them now? No, we've not got a red tail yet.
No, you need to get a red tail, Stephen. I would expect that possibly on one of the dead baits. Yes.
Well, they like a mixture of dead baits and boilies, don't they?
So Big Time is asking, will the named trophies be in certain locations on this lake? Yes, they will, but those locations are not small locations. So there could be, what is it?
Should we get?
It's probably effectively about 500 square meters, I would say. So it's not, it's not that small a location.
I'm going to get the other boat out.
So Commander Spartan, I'm guessing that's what your CMDR is asking about, what about the possibility of allowing our player to move when we have a fish on? I would definitely really like that. I need quite a few things to happen before I can make that a feature of the game. But it's certainly something that I am in discussions with people about, and it's certainly something, the direction that I am wanting to go, and we will get to. As to when it is, I cannot tell you that, but there we go. Yes, characters moving when you have a fish on, and being able to move and target fish as you go down the bank. So someone else was asking about pedal boats. So in the kayak that we were just in previously, before Stephen jumped out and loaded into this boat, that is a pedal kayak. So yes, if that answers your question there. So this Sam is asking when this lake will be released. So that's coming out this Thursday. Yeah.
I'm just showing this bit because it's kind of a contrast to the rest of the lake where it's the narrow, shallow. I don't know what that word was meant to be.
Oh, there was a lot of fish back there.
Was there? Oh, let's go back. So yeah, there is like quite a wide open part to the lake as well. There's a lot of fish around.
Caroline's asking me what's going on at Watford. I think what's going on at Watford is what they're doing is they're
giving everyone else a chance.
They're giving everyone else a chance, and they're making everyone think that we're rubbish, and then they're going to turn it round and then surprise everyone and probably win big on the at the bookies or something like that. I'm not really sure. We're underperforming, definitely underperforming. Sam wants to. Sam is keen for having the time changing while you're fishing. So I've spoke about this a number of times over the streams. Now, the reason why we don't have dynamic time of day changing is because not having dynamic... So when you have dynamic time of day and it's constantly changing, what that means is you've got to have the sun constantly moving very slowly through the sky, and then all the calculations on it going, okay, the shadow from that tree needs to be here now. Okay, now it needs to be here, now it needs to be here. If you imagine that across the entire lake with every piece of foliage and tree that's then blowing in the wind and then drawing a shadow, that is so much data to be constantly calculating that it meant that we weren't able to put as much rich foliage and make the lakes look as good. So now, by having these certain times of day that that you choose to go between, allows us to make the lakes look better. Now, where I want to get to in the future is having it so that you can say, I want each time of day to last 20 minutes or half an hour, or have it up to you how quick or slow you want that transition to be, and then for when that time limit comes, or to give you an option in the settings menu as well, the pause menu, to say, right, move to the next time of day, move to the next time of day. So that is something that I want to happen, and I do hear from everybody that you would like that, and it's something I will get to. So the Mason is asking how much will the kayaks cost. So the kayak won't cost you anything if you buy the lake. The kayak is only available with this piece of DLC. If you buy the DLC, you get the kayak. You don't have to then go and spend tackle points on anything like that in the shop, in the store. So buy the DLC, you get the kayak. It's probably even worth, before we end the stream, Stephen, going in and showing the different wraps.
Yes,
because
there's some very nice.
There's some cool wraps. There's about 8 or 10 wraps.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Community mods would be awesome, but to develop them, you'd need all of the Unreal Engine and all of the assets and that to develop them, which is very resource intensive.
Nice fish.
Yeah,
I like that.
Seeing some nice variation in the patterns for them.
Yeah, there's some really, really good patterns on these guys.
Some of them look like big perch because they've got that.
Yeah, well, they do. A lot of them. Yeah, they do have those. Or that one there had the that distinctive eye on the tail, which is hence why why they call them the peacock bass. So I'm being asked whether the time of day or weather settings affect what lures you use or how the fish are biting. So the weather will affect how effective a lure is based on the lighting conditions. Now that's, the data we've put into the game is based on real world data of how the pros that I speak to say, and the experts say that different fish respond to different colours in different lighting conditions. Now it doesn't mean to say that using the wrong one it won't catch anything, because it's still possible that it will catch. It's factored into the calculations. So using the ideal coloured lure within the right lighting conditions will maximise your chances of success. So someone's asking, Kike's asking, where's the wolffish? We caught 2 wolffish already. Have we turned the pike catch rate up on Gigantica?
No. Why do you always do this while I'm drinking?
He lost one. The pike aren't the focus of Gigantica and Raspberry. I realise that there are some boss ones in there. Now, there's two ways I could look to do it. I could put more pike in, or I could adjust the bite rate for them. But if I adjust the bite rate for them too much, it's going to mean that you just keep catching him all the time. So there's a balance to draw there between different. Yeah, I don't know. I need to have a think about that.
I think. Well, there's not a huge amount of pike in Gigantica, and Gigantica as a whole has got kind of a lower bite rate than the other lakes. Some of the other lakes, it makes it a bit more difficult.
Yeah, Gigantica is a very difficult venue to fish.
There you go.
There we go. We got a wolffish. Who was asking for the wolffish? It was Kike. Is that how you pronounce the name? Not sure.
I was thinking cake, but I tried cake.
So here we go. As long as Stephen doesn't mess this up, we got a wolffish coming in.
Come on, be my master challenge.
Okay, right. So it's the mastery that's the challenge on Gigantica, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, David, I am hearing you.
I think one's catch 10, the others catch 50. Maybe we need to tone those down as well.
So, yeah, be interested to. I wonder if anyone's. So they're saying they're not caught any. Yeah, that's my favourite wolffish texture. I do like that one.
Yeah, we got one.
What I might have to then do, I think some of those pike in Gigantica might have to. I don't know. We might have to set up a little dating club. See if some of them can sort of have a few babies. Have a potentially a bit of a restock of the pike and get some more in there, but possibly on the. Obviously, being juveniles, they're going to come in quite small. They'll be like little jack pike maybe to start with, but maybe we'll have to. Yeah. So, Zeal's on tier 3. So, how many have you caught so far, Zeal? That'd be interesting to know. Mike Hatfield's asking for carp in American lakes. We might have some more news on that in the future. He's got 0. Okay.
I think Chris is referring to these items.
So Chris on YouTube's asking, can you explain how to get the full moon items again? So step number 1, make sure you're logged into Dovetail Live. If you've previously chosen the don't log in option and say don't, and stop reminding me, you can basically force the prompt to come up again. So if you go into the settings screen, there is a button which says re-enable Dovetail Live on it. In fact, Stephen, you can demonstrate this here.
And mine says log out.
Oh, it says log out.
That option will either be log out or re-enable.
So yeah, if
you've not logged in recently, you might need to, and it says log out, you might need to log out to kind of
down there,
give it a kick to start tracking.
So yeah, first make sure you're logged in to Dovetail Live, and then you have to load into any of the lakes at night, catch 10 fish, and you'll get the Halloween items. You can track your progress on the website, can't you, Stephen?
Yes.
Live, so you could be sat there on your phone, have that open, and then you should see the data coming in as you're doing stuff. Fork and Knife is asking, when will we be adding beach fishing? I would like to, but not in the short term. We haven't got any beaches yet to add the beach fishing to, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. And Mason's asking for fly fishing as well. So yes, I can't tell you any time soon that fly fishing will be going in, but it's certainly something I would like to get to.
Des is the worst for keeping secrets. I'm actually quite proud of Des for not giving away Laguna before we
that was pretty hard. That was quite fun the other week when you well, people were trying to guess the species, weren't they? And then towards the end of the stream, people were guessing it, and I was having to bite my lip and not say anything. Right. Likewise, with Mr. Monkey would like the landing net animation from Eurofishing. I have plans for the whole landing sequence that I would like to do, but I want to do it in a way that's fun and realistic and adds good gameplay as well. So will be it's something we're looking at.
Yeah, I took it on the drop.
I haven't got a date. I can't confirm for you when that will be in or if it's definitely coming, but it's certainly something we're considering.
Wasn't there a pieman right next to it?
Was it? Was that a peacock?
Yeah.
So Oscar wants deep sea. I can see you saying deep sea quite a lot. So I haven't got any plans. I haven't got any short-term plans to be able to do deep sea fishing. I'm sure we will get there at some point, but I need my technical artist to give me some beautiful looking waves before I can get that going. So the fork knife, the kayaks are coming out this Thursday with this lake.
I should have brought in the picture of when I broke the game slightly, because we edited it over on this side. So we turned the seahorse into a very majestic seahorse.
I saw that. That was quite a funny picture, actually. That was quite a funny picture. I did see that. Thanks, Commander Spartan, for your kind words. Very much appreciated. Iceman Steam is asking, why aren't we logged into Dovetail Live automatically whilst you play the game?
Because your Dovetail Live account is separate to the account of whatever it is you're playing on. So your Xbox Live account is different to your Dovetail Live account. PSN account's different. So you
Yeah.
get the point. So that's why we have to have our own login system in game to.
Yeah, and sometimes what does happen is that the server needs to reset, or after a certain period of time, we maybe need people to sort of re-log in, don't we? So sometimes what happens is a switch gets flicked on the server, and then it basically logs everybody out, and then you will have to enter the username and password again. But hopefully that shouldn't be too often. So this lake here we're looking at, if you've just joined us, is Laguna Iquitos. It's our first foray into South America. This is in just off the Amazon River in the Peru, and this is coming out Thursday this week. $8.99 in pounds, $10.99 euros and dollars. Stephen's just had a fish take here.
Oh no, something big. And I've got a poor strike. It's going to end in tears.
So that's correct, Daytona. Yeah, the peacock bass will jump. The wolffish doesn't jump.
It's a shame this is a live build.
Why? What did you want to do?
Go and see what it is that's taking the lure.
Oh, right.
Whatever it is, it's big.
We need that red tail, don't we? But it's not. I don't think it'd have taken that.
I can't remember.
That's got to be an arapaima.
Oh.
So keep an eye on the tension there. Look, he's dropped. Ooh.
We've got to be super careful with this one.
Come on. Push him. That's it. You got him coming back the right way now. So this is always my top tip for if you're fighting a big fish. Keep an eye on the way that the tension moves. Now, you might go for a period where the tension's at 3/4. It's up in approaching the red zone, and then 20 seconds later, it might be down in the green zone. Keep an eye out for those lulls in the energy and the tension that's being applied, because that's the point at which you can apply a bit more pressure. Effectively, he's having a bit of a rest. So while he's having a rest, increase the drag, do the pumping of the rod, and every time you pump the rod, you're pulling that fish closer. Okay, pumping and reeling at the same time, and if you stick to those rules. Even with slightly lighter line, it is possible to stop any fish taking you out over the 225 yards and or potentially breaking you off. But obviously, if you notice that they're exerting more energy and your tension's gone up again, you might want to readjust your drag accordingly. Oscar wants us to add chub to the Grand Union Canal. Kike is asking if it's possible to catch the pirarucu with artificial bait. Do you mean the pacu?
That's the pacu.
Do you mean the black pacu?
Is this a hefty pacu?
They will take the spoons. Generally, they are. They're like a vegetarian piranha, aren't they? Nice fish. What's the biggest Ari in the lake? I think it's about 450, 460 pounds. I was trying to get access to the document on Stephen's phone, but trying to look at massive spreadsheets on a small device, it wasn't really that.
Usually
good.
it comes up with a little tab.
It does. It seems like they've changed the app or something.
I hope not.
Right.
It actually made sense before.
So what's coming up in the what's coming up, Stephen? Anything coming up?
Well, we're releasing this. So that's coming out Thursday. Something you already had the first round, I guess, of Mastery. Starting next week, we'll be introducing the Mastery challenges for the rest of the lakes. So over 3 weeks, we're going to be rolling out a new Mastery lake per day. I think starting with Miller on Monday, and then so we'll be going Monday to Friday releasing lakes, and then
Releasing the Mastery.
Yes, we have the lakes already. They're getting Mastery challenges. I need like a auto cue thing so I don't mess up what I'm saying.
So who's on the stream next week?
I need to check. I thought it would be Mark and Darren, but it might be Aaron and Sam.
Is this a giant wolfish?
Yeah.
Chris is asking, will we be adding PVA bags? Or, PVA bags or mesh? Why is it not scrolling down?
I don't know, I think it's just being weird.
It's something we're definitely looking at.
That was a stupid idea.
Oh, Stephen. Have we lost all the messages?
The previous ones. Send messages again, we had to kind of refresh it to...
It's certainly something I'm looking at. Feeder fishing and PVA bags, method feeders, all that stuff. So no, I can't. I've got no dates or timescales for you, but we have designs, we have requirements lists, we have all that dev stuff we need to do. I just need to get it done. But as always, there is a lot of things we want to add to this game. Stop. Oscar wants barramundi. Scooby wants pike floats. Big Timer wants a stock pond and some eels.
Barramundi
and probably some beards.
Gillums.
Barramundi.
Yeah.
And lots of requests for chub. So rivers is certainly something I want to do. So we're looking at flow, we're looking at boat, water flow, boat drift, float drift, and all those extra complications that get added to a fishing game when you add the concept of currents and flows and stuff like that. So lots to do. Alrighty. Okay. Are we gonna? How much longer we got, Stephen? Because
we're getting close to the end.
Yeah.
About 5 more minutes.
I've still got some bits of work to do before I head off for the day.
Yeah, me too. Any fish has been on River Monsters.
Yeah. We saw Jeremy at the big one, the carp show we went to earlier this year. Jeremy Wade was right next to us with a massive queue of people all wanting his autograph. Darren the Eel.
I have put that as one of the main suggestions for a future lake.
So yes, someone mentioned earlier about naming future boss named fish and boss fish. So we are working on, let's just say, a future venue at the moment, and we have a list of your suggested names. So I will be going through those and probably marking off the inappropriate ones, And
There weren't actually too many of those. If any.
but yes, if you keep, let's what should we say? Let's that might be quite a fun thing, won't it, when we do the sort of launch stream for that, and we shall see which of your guys' name suggestions on have made it into the game. Oh my gosh. Commander Spartans asked me a tough top of the head question here. What's the biggest non-trophy muskie in Lake Boulder? Right, next time I'll bring my laptop in and I'll be able to just have a little look and be able to check these things. I can't. I'm not sure what I can't answer that question from the top of my head.
Let's see if that document's displaying weird as well. See, that's displaying normally.
No worries, Deadeye Rick. Thanks for your kind comments. Right. Oh, what do we? He's got the spreadsheet working. Right. It was Boulder, wasn't it? The biggest. The question was, what is the biggest non-trophy muskie in Boulder? The biggest non-trophy muskie is 69 pounds 15 ounces, is what this spreadsheet's telling me. That's on a normal muskie, and a tiger muskie goes up to 35.8 on Boulder. So there you go. Right. Are you going to play the trailer once more for them at the end?
Yes.
So yeah, when the trailer, watch out for the guy. He's wearing the waft bucket hat and the camo T-shirt that you'll get as the mastery rewards for completing the challenges on this lake. Okay. Right.
Remember to get your pumpkin hats.
Get your pumpkin hats, pumpkin head and T-shirt tonight.
Catch 10 fish at night.
Okay. Right. Come on. What have you chosen to fish behind an island for, Stephen?
I didn't choose it, it went there.
You were driving the boat, surely.
I cast out that over there. Oh, wait, no, I did cast past that tree.
The only tip I can suggest for pike on Gigantica is 3 dead baits, spread them wide, spot them. That would be my only tip for the moment. I will look at putting some smaller, obviously not going to be up in the scales of the boss fish, but I will look at let's say mating some of the some of the adult pike and producing some offspring, so you can so you got a bit more chance on that.
Make one boss that's named like little of one of the current ones. That would be with Lil Don.
Lil Don. We love Lil Don.
Get back over here.
Phantom is saying, so we've got Southeast Asia and South America now. Is the next step an oxbow off the Congo River, brackets tigerfish?
That'd be awesome.
That would be good. That would be good, Phantom. He's lost it. Right. That's us, I think, Stephen.
Yeah.
On that note of you losing it.
That desperate disappointment.
Good idea, Phantom. I like it. I can't say anything really. I want to. I can't. I couldn't. You know. I'm sure we'll get there in the end. Right. As always, thank you very much for joining us on the stream today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all your questions and feedback. As always, keep it coming in. This man here he'll be manning all the Facebook, Twitter,
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
He's probably even on TikTok.
I downloaded it recently. Some of the stuff on there is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a bit past TikTok, but yeah. Shout, as always, we're here. So get in touch if you're having problems. You got feedback, you got questions, you got suggestions, you got problems. Let us know, and we'll do what we can to help. And as always, thanks for your continued support. And yeah, till next time, tight lines.
Bye.